So right now we're going to kick into Get Your Facts Straight. The idea behind this is Toby and I read off facts, Allan cheats and reads off nonsense, and then we try to figure out if it's true or false. But truthfully what it is we all have brought 2 facts to the table. We will read that off. The other 3 we'll try to guess whether it's true or false, and then we gain points. And it's all just for fun, I think. I don't know if we've...
Yeah, there's no forfeit.
There's nothing.
You know what? I did, when we used to do it, I wanted to have the forfeit. If you lost, you had to say that...
We're not doing that. Just
the other person, like the winner, was the most knowledgeable gamer in the universe. Or something along those lines.
Those are good stakes.
You had to...
That's...
But you never wanted to admit that I was the best, did you?
Because you never won.
I did win. I won several times.
But when you lost, you would throw temper tantrums.
Only because you always cheated and bent the rules.
Oh, here we go.
Controversy. That's why we
listen. You're putting Kyle in an awkward position. Okay, it's like when you have abusive parents and they're arguing and the kids are looking at it like, what's going on right now? Stop. All right. Allan, we'll go with you first. Read your first fact.
Excellent. My first fact. Okay. Okay, Mario Kart 8 was the first game of the Mario Kart franchise where Mario had a fully animated mustache. I'm going to go true on that one.
Okay. Toby?
I want to give my answer, and I want to give reasoning by my answer, but I don't want to say it until you've said it.
You can give your answer afterwards. You're saying the first Mario or the first Mario Kart game?
Mario Kart. First Mario Kart game.
Man. Kyle said true, but Kyle said it pretty quick. And I think Kyle's very knowledgeable, so I'm going to say true as well.
Also ill through coffee.
Listen, just stop. Don't search your stuff. See, this is the problem. You say an answer and he starts to mess with your mind and make you second guess yourself. Yeah, I'm going true.
I'm going to say true as well. And the reason I can say true is because I remember Nintendo talking about the details in this game. And one of those details was the way the moustache would flutter in the wind. And I don't remember ever seeing them talk about that before. I remember that being a talking point. I don't know if that was just people picking apart the trailers too much, but I seem to remember that, so I'm going to say true.
It is true. Yeah!
All right, so we all got a point.
Physics, ladies and gentlemen.
Kyle, you're next. What's your first fact?
Here we go. My first fact. Every character in Bubsy 3D is performed by one voice actor, a woman named Lonnie Minella.
Oh man, I'm gonna say.
How many characters are there in that game? Oh my god.
I'm gonna say true.
That was a pretty low budget game.
That sounds like it's one of those facts that's crazy enough to be true. So yeah, I'm gonna throw my hat onto the true pile.
I'm gonna say false.
That fact is true.
Yes.
Oh no.
Yes.
Get up, you Thornton.
I should have gone with my instinct. I knew it was that low budget.
Toby, what's up?
All right. I picked this fact because I know that fellow guest Kyle Bosman loves Tetris. So this is a Tetris fact.
So you're basically you're swaying it towards Kyle, so Kyle wins.
No, I'm not. No, I just knew Kyle was coming up. I knew he would appreciate this fact.
Go ahead.
The level of brown-nosing is disgusting.
The original PC version of Tetris and many other games of the era came with a boss key button where you could press a key on the keyboard and it would throw up a fake spreadsheet on your monitor so that when your boss came by, when you were at work playing Tetris, you could pretend you was working by pressing this key.
I'm going to say true.
This is true.
Allan?
Soviet Russia.
Yeah.
Produced. They have working PC? I don't know. I'm gonna go with the group because Kyle, again, he could be having a fever dream, but yeah, go on, go true.
Kyle said that with such conviction. It is true. Yes.
Yes.
The only reason
Thank you,
I
Kyle.
said, the reason why I said true was I remember, back when that was all going on, there was people that actually made websites that you would go to the website and they would have like games and all this stupid stuff, and like you said, you click a button, so when your boss came up, it would bring up spreadsheets and stuff to cover you. So, but I wasn't sure if Tetris did, but I thought, you know what, that's a good possibility. It was
That blew my mind because that is so clever, and I think more games should have that.
We've lost the boss key button for sure.
Yeah.
Probably
This
also wouldn't
one's-
work with an
this
NVIDIA graphics card or something.
This one's for you, Allan. I mean, Toby. So Sega's mascot right now is Sonic. But before Sonic, it was Alex Kidd.
Mm-hmm.
But Alex Kidd was not the first mascot for Sega. True or false?
True.
See, this one I think is true. I just don't know who the first mascot would be.
Well, you
I'm
don't
gonna
have to, but you don't have to tell me who it is if
Okay.
there is one. You just got to say true or false to Alex Kidd wasn't the first one.
You know what? I'm saying false. I can't think of it.
I'm
Allan?
trying to remember because I read that Console Wars book and they went through this whole mascot thing.
Today's a busy day for the trains. What's going on over there?
It's funny. It sounds more like a minecart than a train.
Yeah. You got Donkey Kong going past my window every 5 minutes.
If you ever do a minecart level in your RPG, Toby, and you can get audio, you should just loop it off.
Yeah,
just loop it off
Little
there.
factor. You become famous. I'm gonna go. So the question was that Alex Kidd was not Sega's first mascot.
Yes, there was. What I'm saying, the fact that I'm saying Alex Kidd was not the first, that there was one before him.
I'm gonna go with Kyle on this one because I just can't think what it is.
It is true. They actually tried to push a little character from Fantasy Zone. He didn't actually have a name. Yeah,
Yep.
it's a little weird spaceship with feet, and that was the first character.
No.
Ching.
Man.
Get your. Oh yeah, Toby's tied. With
I'm
everyone.
crawling my way
Toby's
back.
nearly winning.
So after round one, I have 3. I'm in the lead.
Mm-hmm.
Allan's 2, Kyle's 2, Toby's 2. So okay. So if I win, do I get to say that I'm the true final bossman? Like, can that be my moniker?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm just kidding.
I have no rights to praise the final bossman anymore. You say what you want.
I mean, that fucking right's up for grabs. Excuse me, I have to go.
Okay, Allan, what's your first or your second fact?
My second fact relates to a classic game, one of my personal favourites. The voice acting was god awful. And that's Resident Evil on the PlayStation 1. Did you know that the original pitch for Resident Evil was a first-person shooter that they never went ahead with because it was deemed not fun when they tested it?
Alan, the way you phrased this with "did you know" at the beginning.
Did you know gaming?
I'm kind of setting this up as maybe they need a new voiceover, and they've not got a lot of Scottish people representing in this show.
Alan, may I remind you about what happened last week when you twisted the facts by a millimeter? Like, if you are twisting facts, it better be by a big margin.
Child.
Because what? Okay, just so you know, Kyle, Allan is notorious for he'll go back in the day when they made Final Fantasy VII for the PlayStation. It came in 3 discs, and we know that it did have that. But he'll say it came in 5 or 4, but it's like a small number. It's like off by 1, and then you go, You know that it did, but you don't know the exact number. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
That's
he's
fair
going
game.
for
That
it.
guy.
Yeah.
But I've taken on board your whining from last week and the migraine that ensued from Toby's high pitch, and I was like, no, I'm not going through that again. You're not worth it, Toby. So
Okay.
it's
So I'm going to say
Yeah.
I'm going to say false. Japan was not making a lot of first-person shooters at this time. It's hard for me to believe that.
Yeah. I'm the same feeling. I'm going to go false as well.
See, for me, I'm confused because I know that I think Resident Evil 4 had originally it went through a few different stages of design before they settled on what it turned into, and it was more. I can't remember if it was first person originally. I wonder if Allan's got that from Resident Evil 4 instead of Resident Evil 1. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say true.
So who said what? Because I got Toby's ramblings just made me forget half.
Me and Kyle said false. Toby said true.
Right. Toby's correct. It is true.
Oh,
Yes.
Doom-like first-person shooter. However, this happened after they decided they were going with zombies, but it was deemed not fun, so they didn't go ahead.
I cannot believe that. That's
crazy.
That's nuts. This is what I go for listening to Kyle. I'm never going to do it again. I'm going the other way. Whatever Kyle says. Kyle, what is your next fact?
Here we go. In 1993, the NES version of Battletoads and Double Dragon was nominated for 5 Nintendo Power Awards.
Oh my God.
Dear Lord, you take this seriously.
For fun.
You know,
We're
this
Brits.
is.
We never had them.
Yeah, we never had that magazine, so.
It doesn't matter. That's irrelevant. Stop it.
You've got an advantage.
You know what it... Yeah, like 20, 30 years ago. Like, I got a real advantage.
Yeah, you're old, Bobby. You know.
I'll let you two answer first, because I don't want to sway your votes.
Oh my God.
Because I know how you like to cling on to what I say. So
People like Battletoads. Was it Battletoads?
Battletoads Double Dragon,
Double Dragon, yeah.
which essentially was like one of the first crossover games like that.
That's quite a rare game now, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I'm one of Kyle's taking on my tactic, and he's becoming me. So the question was, Battletoads and Double Dragon were both nominated for 5 Nintendo Power Awards.
Oh no, I'm sorry. It's a game called Battletoads and Double Dragon. It's one game where both universes were combined.
Yes.
Oh, good God. I'm trying to imagine that. That's like.
Do you have the information at hand of what those awards were?
No. Stop. It's a true or a false. This isn't psychoanalyze. No.
I'm going to throw out that it's false. I'm sorry. I don't believe that in my time as a sad internet nerds, we're not sad. We are the people. That I would not have heard of this mega crossover in the times of Batman v Superman and all these lists of Cap versus Iron Man.
See, I'm probably with you on this one, Allan, because it's a game that I've heard of, but I think it would be more popular if it was given so many awards by such a prestigious magazine. You know, as you always like to tell me, it's the best magazine.
Those colonials with
It was the best magazine ever.
So I'm going to say false as well.
I am going to say true. And the only reason I'm saying true is because I remember when that game came out, and it was a lot of hype behind it. So, and I know Nintendo was big on the Battletoads. Like, they were trying to push the Battletoads because, A, it was rare.
That's right. It's a propaganda machine, that magazine, isn't it?
And it was... Yeah, it basically, and the other reason was that was their way of combating like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which they were having a hard time getting to come to their console. So I'm gonna say true.
That fact is true.
I knew.
Yes.
I hate you both.
And I could bring up the awards. They were actually on the Wikipedia page.
What is it?
I mean, some of it was like best villain. You know, they got nominated for. You know, just like ridiculous awards.
But that was Nintendo Power. That was what they would do. They had like best villain, best hero, best background music, best whatever. Like they had all kinds of stupid stuff. But it was cool.
Best use of wall chicken.
Okay, so here's the nominations. It was graphics and sound, theme and fun, Play Control, Villain, and Best Overall Game it was nominated for.
There you go.
Damn.
Battletoads versus Double Dragon.
You know what hurt you
How
guys?
has this never been
guys-
on any of these lists?
You guys got wrapped up in because the game essentially sucked. They acted like it was great. It was horrible. But you guys got wrapped up in the idea of like that game doesn't even exist. Not whether this would be true or false. In like
I knew the game existed, but I didn't.
Alan
Battletoads
was-
existed.
I didn't
I knew
think of it
Battletoads.
as being the propaganda machine that magazine was, and that they wanted to sell it.
Okay, so Toby, what's the next fact?
All right, so we're all familiar with the Konami code, the
Mhm.
famous video game cheat code that is in pretty much all Konami games. It was first introduced on the NES. So there's a car alarm. Can you hear that?
Is that your house?
Yeah.
I think that's my parents' house.
I didn't even know you guys had cars.
Yeah, we have
There's
cars.
an eruption.
Just kidding.
We don't have carts, horses and carts. All right, so the Konami code, it
Mm.
was first introduced in the Gradius port on the NES.
Oh,
Now,
wow.
The fact is that the reason they put it in was because they thought that the Western audience would find the game too difficult. So they put the code in to give you all power-ups.
Oh, man.
And you're saying Gradius was the first time they did this?
Yeah, that is a true fact. Gradius was the first. That's not what you're guessing on.
We're guessing whether...
You're guessing on the reason.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I don't know, Toby. I'm going to say false. I think you're being tricky.
Trixie Hobbit.
That smile on his face is starting to worry me now. He got that grit. As soon as Kyle said that, he started to smile. That's a tell.
That's not a tell.
Yeah, it's a tell.
He's
No,
just
not-
a grinning moron. That's.
I'm always grinning. Alan's right. I'm always grinning.
So the question I have to pick true or false is that the reason that they put the Konami code in is because Americans and us Westerners
Yeah.
that speak proper English were too weak-minded and skilled to play it without all power-ups.
Yes.
Bobby said true.
Mm-hmm.
Sick Kyle in his necktie and blazer in bed said false. And I don't really like you, Toby, so... Sorry, just get that one out there as well. I'm going to go with... Bobby on this one, that it's true.
It is false.
Oh, good God.
The reason they put the code in was the guy who was working on the port for the game. He was so bad at the game, when he was debugging, he had to put this code in to make his way through the game to test
Oh,
it.
what a piece
And
of garbage.
he forgot to take it out, and he left it in.
So
But
he should be fired.
yeah,
he
it
should
turned
be
out
fired,
to be a
potentially.
hit.
Because he's making a game that he's horrible at. That's ridiculous.
That's a good fact.
It is a good fact. I like
the
that one.
reason the reason I said that the Western audience couldn't handle it is because of the whole Mario 2 thing.
It's funny. I just watched the gaming historian this morning about Super Mario Bros. 2,
Yeah.
and he goes into the whole thing how they did the Lost World or the Lost Levels, and they sent it to NOA, and Howard Phillips played it,
Yeah.
and he wasn't the president at the time. And he went back to the president and was like, "This is too hard. Don't send it over." And they went back to Japan and was like, "Make us a new one." And that's when they came up with the whole. Oh my God! So that's what stuck in my head when you said that. I was like,
I knew that was
tricky.
funny.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's very tricky.
Son of a gun. Okay, so last fact I have here, Alan, you were basically eliminated. You cannot win no matter what.
Ouch.
I like that. That's good. Kyle is at 3. Toby's at 3. I am at 4. So the only way we go to a tiebreaker is if Kyle or Toby get this correct. Otherwise, if you get it wrong, I win.
And I'm giving the tiebreaker.
Whatever. It's fine. So in Super Metroid, when Samus dies, she is shown with her clothes on. But when they originally made the game, she was naked. True or false?
False.
False.
Alan? Or do you not even want to give an
You
answer?
pretty much just said I'm eliminated.
Well, but still, it'd be nice to at least you could be.
I'll go
Biggest
false.
fault.
The blind leading the Scottish.
That is true.
Oh,
No
come on.
way.
They originally did it in Japan, and then they said we need to tone it down for the Western audiences, so they put her in like a bikini.
I thought that was just for the ending. If you finish the game quickly.
No, if you play Super Metroid, when she dies, she kind of explodes, and when the suit explodes off of her,
okay.
and she kind of like, and then it goes from the suit, the clothes, to a bikini, and in the Japanese version, they actually changed the Japanese version to match,
Mm-hmm.
but in the original Japanese version, she went naked, and then they said no, we got to put clothes on her, so they put clothes on her, put a bikini. So I won. I like this. This is 2 weeks in a row, Toby.
Congratulations, Bobby.
Thank you.